today, right, it was a bit of some tough price action. We saw that the NASDAQ was a lot stronger. I'm going to throw us in the replay system so we could sort of get an idea of how they were both trading against each other, right? So the ES kept trying to make new lows of day while the NASDAQ was trying to hold a demand zone. So the NASDAQ and ES, these two are the two that I trade every day. And we have in the bottom right the VIX with the previous day high and previous day low. Now I use the VIX previous day high and low to get an understanding if I should be looking for a trend or if I should be looking for us to fail. So if we're above a previous day high on the VIX, I could look for momentum to the downside, right? Because now we're trending higher on the VIX means a trend lower in the market and vice versa. So we're looking at the 15-minute on ES and NQ, and this is sort of what I was looking at to get an understanding of the market, right? Now we were coming into a demand zone, but we had a lot more selling pressure on ES than we did on the NASDAQ. Now I saw that with the bookmap tool. Now we don't have that up today, but as you mentioned, we spoke about it. We'll probably bring that up on another stream. How we could use bookmap for order flow, find buying pressure, selling pressure, sort of get confirmation on our trades.
Absolutely.
So something I saw on the 15-minute time frame was we were creating a lot of lower wicks, but we were also creating a lot of upper wicks, but we were coming into a demand zone. Now for myself, for my trading strategy, now we have to see trading in our system as almost like building a house, right? When we're building a house, we don't just put walls up and call it a day. So when we're trading, I don't just have my demand zone and call it a day, right? So think we have foundation will be my supply and demand, my framework for the house, maybe support and resistance, previous day high, previous day low. You know, the roof, that's my market structure to get an understanding. Are we bullish? Are we bearish? You know, anything, any finishing touches, risk management, make sure you're not risking X amount. Somebody asked me yesterday, what was one thing that sort of clicked for me that helped me get further in my trading? And as soon as I stopped trying to make profit and started minimizing my losses, the profits came through, right? So once we're no longer focused on making the money, that's the biggest issue with a lot of new traders. They're focused on making the money. I've got to get rich quick. This funded account's only X amount. I'm going to get funded. I'm going to get a payout. That easy. Never that easy. Every trade we take needs to have some type of structure or reasoning behind it, right? Now, I did end up taking a few NASDAQ longs this morning that did work out off of this demand zone. I ended up getting in a long around here. I did end up moving my stop loss to below this candle, so it stopped me out for some profit. So it was a great trade. It was a good lagging my trail stop because what I wanted to see on the 5-minute was I wanted to see a really good basing candle on this red candle, but instead it closed lower over here. Now, this is a live trade that I took on my Twitch at, I think it's Futures Kevin. You guys check that out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we got long here, got out somewhere over here. It was an okay scalp, right? I was using the book map. I was using footprint. There was a lot of heavy buying orders coming in, and I had the demand zone. But once I recognized that ES already broke a demand zone, we were using that as supply. Well, now I have a bit of an indifference in the market, right? Now I have ES at resistance while NASDAQ's at support. And a lot of times what will happen is we get chop, we'll get a range, we won't get any continuation. And a lot of people worry about that, they're concerned about that. But in my opinion, I like seeing that because that gives me the heads up that, hey, you know what? Don't look for that continuation play today. Don't look for that real move. Maybe try a scalp if we're getting that momentum off your area, but don't hold, right? And that really did work out in my favor. Obviously, we did get that continuation lower. I'll bring us back to the 15-minute. Now, how I find my supply and demand zones is I look for a basing candle like this one, a long upper wick, and I look for a push lower and continuation. So this 15-minute candle was formed from 9:45 to 10 o'clock. Then this 15-minute candle gave us a drop. So I said, okay, guys, it looks like there's a good chance we might continue lower. But we do have to remember we were just rejecting a previous day low. So again, I have two biases going against each other, which tells me with my plans and my trading rule not to take a trade.